YouTube, Robert the Monster Among Marks Drap here, and I'm back again with my good friend and tag team partner, Sierra. How you doing today?
It's freaking hot.
I can't agree, because here it is actually raining. So
It's like we got our first heat advisory.
yeah, well, I don't know what's going on, but we're speaking of some heat. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw and how much heat they're gonna get for the shit that they pulled this week. Oh my merciful me! It's like, okay,
Mamma mia.
okay, I understand you want to have the authority, but the authority is not popular. But you want it anyway, because why would a McMahon not have to be involved in every facet of WWE? Because, that only makes motherfucking sense. We now have acting constable, acting general
manager. Thank you
Baron.
very much.
Yes, you are correct. Acting General Manager Baron Corbin, who schedules matches for throughout the evening, and wasn't his match like first after the Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman and Dolph Ziggler slash Drew McIntyre thing?
I think you're absolutely right. I think it was the next match.
Uh-oh. We seem... Ciara.
What?
Ah, crap. I can hear you, but I can't see you. It froze.
Oh, mother clucker. And that is not how you
Hang
say
on.
my name.
Well, crap. It's asking me for those settings. I don't want to use those settings. So sorry guys, we're gonna stop this for just a second. As I said before, we want to make sure we can see Sierra's reactions. We can already hear her lovely face, and while having such things where it's usually not an issue, i.e., just having.
If this doesn't work, we'll just use my profile picture because it's actually a nice picture.
Oh yeah, no. I actually snagged your Twitter profile picture for our new thumbnail.
Saw that. I appreciate that.
I mean, like I said, we're trying to constantly keep things, top bar here. But moving on, we had Roman Reigns come out and say he actually told Braun Strowman that he would face him in the ring at 8 o'clock, and it's, by his account, at least 8:05. And then the Monster in the Bank comes out with his briefcase saying that he's going to cash in where, quote, his boys can't get him, and the one place that they've never been, Hell in a Cell. So This is actually something historic in WWE's whole history, where a competitor has announced when they intend to cash in. It's very, very weird.
I like it just because Strowman doesn't need the opportunistic cash-in. Strowman could theoretically beat Roman Reigns on his own. They had a great series of matches.
Oh yeah.
What, at the end of last year?
Oh yeah. Their original matches where they sat out and they fought each other were second to none in many cases. And to have our dear friend Braun Strowman just say, you know what, F it, I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to challenge you at Hell in a Cell, in Hell in a Cell match. It works. It's very good. And
oh, absolutely. I'm excited for it. And then
oh yeah, I got to pop it. I got to keep an eye on chat. Keep going.
Shit, lost my train of thought. But after all this is said and done,
yeah,
we get Baron Corbin's music.
Yeah, and
chills erupt through the arena. Very happy little fan over here.
Yeah,
gets to see Baron Corbin come out and say, "Look," and he touts that he made this up and that the fact that Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler just challenged Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. Had nothing to do with the idea, but he sets DZ and Drew McIntyre versus Roman and Strowman for the main event tonight, and then announces that he and Balor are going to be having a match next. And he says he's always wanted to do that. It was really cute. It was a cute little moment.
Oh yeah, it was great, and I love how he made the distinction of which, for me, kind of also, irritated me. He was like, I'm going to face I'm going to face Finn Balor, the man, not the demon, the man. Which, and when he said it that way, kind of said to me, I'm afraid of the demon, which you absolutely should be. But we get that match. The first match, because it ends in a DQ.
Baron Corbin, yes, I love our acting general manager, Baron Corbin. Thank you very much.
Okay. We get Baron Corbin losing by disqualification, turns around, makes it a no disqualification match, and then waylays Finn with the chair once again before hitting the end of days for the pinfall victory. So it's like, you just lost one and then instantly won one, I guess? Is that how we're looking at it on the record books? But it don't matter.
I'm not quite sure how to answer that, but I mean, so I actually really, I don't want to say I really enjoyed this match. I thought it was a good match between the two of them. It was much better than the squash match I got at SummerSlam. But my biggest issue was actually with the crowd, because when I hear the "you can't wrestle" chants just because they don't want to watch this match, it kind of irks me, because Baron Corbin absolutely can wrestle. To point out, check out that deep six he did towards the end of that match. Holy shit. I love the deep six. The deep six,
the Blue Thunder Bomb, the End of Days, all of these are very, very... Yeah, these are all very, very good. I don't know what that is. I would have to look it up.
It's a move that he renamed a move for Soundgarden's lead singer, I think.
Yep, Corey Taylor.
It was.
Rest in peace, brother.
No, that's not Soundgarden, Lovey.
Either way. We get... what was next? I don't remember, because I don't have notes. I was drinking a Four Loko in the middle of watching all of this shit.
So last week we had Triple H come down to the ring and tell the entire WWE universe why his generation was always the best generation. But so as soon as we got after this match, we had the legends making their pick on the last time ever end of an era match.
Yeah, it was kind of a vignette.
As it was to see all of that, you guys do realize there's a whole nother pay-per-view before this.
Yeah, and they're completely neglecting it, which kind of pisses me off, because
with completely neglecting it.
Well, yeah, with Strowman and Roman already being confirmed, and we know, or at least I want to say, we have a pretty good feeling that there's going to be a tag team title match there.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna see.
If it's not SmackDown, it's gonna be Raw, because Revival. Later in the match, we see something interesting from the Revival in the B team.
Mm-hmm. The fun part for me, I think it's actually going to be. I don't think we're going to see a tag team title match from SmackDown. I think it's going to be Raw.
I think so, absolutely.
I've also got another. It's going to be another match between AJ and Joe. They got to go again. And
I feel like I've seen that already confirmed.
Yeah, I want to see it as a last man standing match.
But it's not in a Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, no, it's just. Oh yeah, that's right. They did say that they were going to go again. It's just they're going to go again,
that was like
and it's
one of the first confirmed matches for
Hell in a Cell. Yeah, which. Fine, you wanna put these guys in a no disqualification kind of anything goes match. let's see where that goes, because at least it would be, while having seen AJ, demolish himself in front of crowds against Shinsuke Nakamura, I want to see what the sick and twisted mind of Samoa Joe comes up with. But we will talk more about Samoa Joe later.
We will get to that, I'm sure, tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
But we go through the legends. We see Ric Flair, Mick Foley, Jeff Jarrett, Christian shows up.
Booker T.
So like there was a Booker T. But then after all of these predictions for this match, it's announced that Shawn Michaels will be at next week's Raw in Columbus, Ohio. Kind of thinking about going to that because I'll be in Ohio. But I think that's the day we leave, so...
But it would suck. It would suck to not see it, but...
Oh yeah, it would absolutely suck to not see it, but I already have the SmackDown 1000 tickets, so I'm going to be able to make up for that. But so they announced that next week HBK will give his take on Undertaker versus Triple H. So this is supposed to be an end of an era match, yes, but Undertaker is great. Triple H is great. And they're spending all this time on Raw airing this for the Super Showdown, which is still really far out if you think kayfabe wise.
Oh yeah, no, even out of kayfabe, it's still a whole entire month away.
Yes, and I mean, granted it's not unlike WWE to do this, but did we really need to bring out Shawn Michaels to talk up the feud?
No, I don't think we do, but they're going to anyway. Oh my. I just realized something. In the midst of thinking about all the pay-per-views that are coming up, we've got Hell in a Cell, Super Showdown, and Evolution.
Absolutely.
Oh god,
and Evolution and Super Showdown are within 2 weeks of each other.
Oh.
And then you have to think the Mae Young Classics are going to start airing. And then I never did check to see if the rest of the UK stuff had aired.
I know we're not covering UK tournament yet, and because I haven't watched any of it, and I would probably not hate on covering eventually the Mae Young Classic, but you know what, I will put that out to our subscribers, viewers. If you want to see that, let us know on Twitter at InMoshPit, which I still did not put the banner up. Hey, I was trying to get to the word. Like a little drum roll here. InMoshPit. There you go. That's our Twitter handle. Hit us up there. Let us know if you want to see us cover the UK tournament and or the second annual Mae Young Classic. So, moving on.
But after we got all of these great promos and the announcement of Shawn Michaels, we get actually a backstage segment with Apollo Crews and Dana Brooke.
Oh yeah, I couldn't hear it at this point. I was busy cooking.
Well, they were talking to each other. He was going over a couple match things, advised her not to do so many flips, stick to the basics. And Titus comes up and says, I booked you a match.
Yep.
And the Dana Brooke asks who it is, and he goes, Sasha Banks, it's next. Get going to the ring.
Yeah.
It's this match.
This was hard to watch.
This match had potential. The issue is that I don't love the Boston Hug connection. I don't like that angle.
Me either, really. It doesn't make any sense.
Dana gets enough crap already because she's not wrestled for 9 months.
Yeah, she's very. Let's be honest. Her work rate is very, very spotty. It's very much whenever she wants to, whenever they can, or whenever they feel like it, they'll put her in the ring. And it's very much the same problem between her and our dear friend Alicia Fox. I mean, it's the same problem.
Wait, so what brand is Asuka on? Isn't she on
SmackDown.
SmackDown?
Yep.
Where has she been?
We have not seen Asuka since her last women's title loss,
So
which was just
where
before
has she
SummerSlam.
been?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if she was making calls to her friends back home, trying to
Speaking
get
of
her
which,
back over there.
after watching a very specific match last night, I'm actually very happy I could say that word because I have issues saying that word. Um, how much longer are the Ascension going to stay in the WWE?
I think that after their contract runs out, they'll be future endeavored.
Well,
I,
and
I
so
don't
you
I
have to
don't think
think
they'll
about
be
it.
leaving. I think they will be let go.
Well, and think about it. So
Them, and you know what? As much as I hate to say it, I think we're gonna also see the same out of Breezango. It's gonna suck, but
no,
I don't see any place for him
Brizongo's
anymore.
not seen. Okay, but that's because Dongo is out on injury.
Yeah.
I really think that Baron Corbin should let us see Tyler Breeze and Seth Rollins tag with each other because that could have been amazing.
Well, the Seth Rollins match we got last night, I still want to go back and watch it again.
Oh, it was beautiful. But
Oh yeah.
going from beautiful to I'm sorry, but crap fest.
I wouldn't be sorry about
This
it.
match, before and during, this whole match was about Dana's ring rust. This had nothing to do with Sasha. This had nothing to do with Bailey. The point of this match was to draw attention to Dana's ring rust. I mean, Apollo looked incredibly worried. He was telling her to pay attention to certain things. And if they're trying to build up Dana, great. But I don't want to see this on a weekly basis because Apollo and Dana are both, in my opinion, they've been wasted talent.
I mean, you're not at all wrong. Seeing what we have seen out of Dana Brooke, and especially because they don't really want to give any part of what they do any acknowledgments as far as how to say it. They have an entire division. They have enough people on the roster to have an interesting women's division, but they only want to focus on 2 or 3 superstars at a time, and that's true regardless of gender. And I'm kind of sick of it. It just hampers what they can do.
So I just had a thought.
Mm-hmm.
So I said that this match was all about Dana's ring rust. What if by the time Raw gets to Long Island in October for Evolution, if the ring rust has become a storyline, you know, she's chipping away at it every week. Like, gets a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better, and maybe she gets her first, I don't know, I want to say her first win, but her first big win in like some storyline match at Evolution.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Or maybe if there's like a women's rumble or something for all the superstars that don't do anything.
I mean, I would love that. I think it would be great. But I don't know what they're doing, and I don't have a lot of faith or confidence in their ability to do anything interesting. By the way, I don't know if you're watching the stream, but I changed the banner.
I saw.
We now have an official banner that has our show's Twitter handle on there. So there we go.
But long story short, Sasha dominates this match, gets the victory over Dana, and then we move on to Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Seth is getting ready for, I think he was getting ready for his match.
Yeah.
And they cut with Seth leaves and Dean is standing there just kind of blank faced. I really love that they're playing up this lunatic part again.
Like he's
This
just
is
this
what we
quiet
needed to
psycho.
see. This is what we needed to see when they first came up with the lunatic fringe.
Oh, and then
ooh.
then his back and forth later on in the evening with Jinder was solid gold. Loved it.
So I'm I'm so excited. I
Let's do it. Come on. We're in the pit. Let's do this. Go with it.
No, moving on. Okay, no. Okay, I'll say it.
Yes.
So I feel at some point, first of all, one, I'd pay really good money to see Dean run a yoga class. Second of all, I almost feel like, so Dean doesn't get scripts. Jonathan Good and his character Dean Ambrose do not get scripts. They get bullet points and they're allowed to do kind of whatever they want to do. I feel like Ambrose was actually on the verge of releasing some X-rated verbal crap on Jinder, and that's like why his speech was so stilted, and it plays beautifully into the lunatic thing.
That it does. I was convinced that while he was standing there, he was like 2 seconds away from beating the shit out of Jinder just on the spot. I thought that's what was going to happen. I thought, okay, he's going to start, he's going to start throwing hands at Jinder. Jinder's not going to be able to do anything with it because Dean is now jacked and they want to play up his strength. And then you see Baron Corbin, come in with all the referees to break it up. You guys settle this in the ring. I'm sick of y'all disturbing me. I've got shit to do, that kind of thing. Go take it to the ring. Do it. And that's how we get the match. Because that would have been great. But we get an, oh my God, instant classic between Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens, because Seth Rollins...
Don't go into this match without addressing Kevin Owens might have just delivered the all-time greatest promo that he has ever done.
Oh yeah,
I answered Seth Rollins' challenge.
I was getting there. I wanted to actually state that the Intercontinental Open Challenge is now officially reopened. I don't know why they decided to go with that verbiage, but they did, and I don't care because it was awesome. Then KO comes out and he's like, listen, I've been screwed over. I don't have my friend. He's hurt. He got taken out by a monster. I got screwed over for trying to win the Money in the Bank. I would have had it. I would have cashed in. I would have been Universal Champion. Y'all have been cheering me. Oh, wait, you guys are in Toronto. You guys suck. And he starts speaking French, which was fucking great. And the entire crowd, because mandatory Canadian education includes French, they knew everything he was saying. So I think he could have actually started swearing and the booth guys would not have known, but the crowd would have.
That's the awesome thing when you have wrestlers that do speak other languages and then they go into their territories.
Oh, yeah.
There's actually a story that Beth Phoenix told of, sorry guys, sidebar, but there was a story Beth Phoenix told when WWE was doing a tour in Italy and she was with Santino Morello, and he was doing this really impassioned promo in Italian, and years later she asked what it meant, and he goes, I told him that you couldn't cook and that you were terrifying, and they ate it up.
Well, Beth Phoenix is rather hard to, look like a gentle person. But he says that since he did not get the title he deserved at SummerSlam, he's not leaving this arena tonight without a title. And I thought for damn sure they were going to give it to him. All the hard work he put in with Braun Strowman, everything he's done for the company over the length of the last year, everything they've given to him, he's run with it. He's been a great tag, side dual act with Sami Zayn, and we haven't seen Zayn in forever because he's injured. And
double injured.
Yeah, and apparently he does stand up comedy, like while he's like in the middle of all this.
Ziggler's thing.
Apparently,
has
no,
Sammy for Syria.
Yeah, I saw a tweet from Sami Zayn's Twitter, and he was like, "I'm going to be going to an open mic night," and he did it, and apparently they liked it. I don't know. Anyway, but like I said, the match is a great match. Go back and rewatch it again. You will not be disappointed, except at the end. And this is where we start with our news and rumors. The crazy conspiracy theory machine has started, because after failing to capture the Intercontinental title, and this went 20 minutes? 25?
This was a good chunk.
Yeah, this was a dedicated part. Like, these guys went there. And in the end, KO sits up, he's sitting in the ring. He rolls to the outside. He kind of rolls to the ramp side. And he sits on the ring apron. He gets a microphone.
I thought he was sitting in a chair in the middle of the ring.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was sitting in the ring, got a chair, got a microphone, sat down, and said, "I quit," and then dropped the mic and walked out. And
so,
is this a kayfabe I quit where he's going to come back? And I would love to see that. I really do. We've had the internet machine running, and apparently some people think he's going to be at All In.
No. So Owens had signed a 5-year deal with WWE, and he's nowhere near the end of that deal.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously this is a storyline work. But at this point, I mean, yes, I would love to think, Kevin Steen coming back at All In.
That would be some shit.
That would be some shit. Actually, my buddy just dropped off the Kevin Steen show with Adam Cole for me.
Nice.
So I get to watch that after SmackDown tonight. But this entire segment, I feel like, was built.
Are we gonna maybe? Here's the better question, because this the way the promo worked and the way the ending happened, is this maybe a babyface turn?
I feel the issue is that Kevin Owens is so inherently heel.
Yeah, I wouldn't be interested in a babyface Kevin Owens.
I think the only way I could get behind a babyface Kevin Owens is kind of like how he was babyfaced, a sardonic babyfaced with Sami Zayn when they both first became best friends, because nothing could go wrong. They had their guardian angel and all of that. I compare Sami Zayn's face turn, or his heel turn, and I don't know if I could see Kevin Owens doing the same with a face turn.
Yeah, I don't think it could happen, to be honest.
All of the fire that has been put behind their characters has been based on the McMahons screwing them over.
Oh yeah. It has been an entire thing where he believes that he's been wronged by the McMahons, and it works very, very well for the character. Let's move on, shall we?
Yes. Let me move back. So, next... Hold up, wait a minute. Just completely lost my spot.
Oh, no. Because, again, I was clearly into the Four Loko at this point. Like, I have...
okay, I'm back.
Good. I had a big cup, and I was about halfway done. Okay. So, I was just enjoying the show. I wasn't taking notes.
All right. Uttered the words I quit.
Mm-hmm.
Dolph and Drew with the game plan.
Mm.
Actually, so before we get into this, Kevin did say I quit, and while no one knows where this is heading, I kind of just hope that was his way of requesting off for another Shania Twain concert. I'm sorry, I ruined that entire bit with just that one joke, but
Yeah, no, come on. It was no. Just no. Okay, so Drew and Dolph are being interviewed backstage because I don't want to touch the fucking joke you just made. Not doing it. We're
he's
swinging.
a big Shania Twain fan.
I know.
There's nothing wrong with Shania Twain.
I didn't say there was. I had a shirt of her when I was younger. I grew up listening to country music. I know these things.
You about to get these horns.
For what?
I don't know, but props to Renee Young for acknowledging that she doesn't actually exist.
I feel like I might be in the same boat, damn it. You're gonna get these horns. What for? Just move on. What the shit?
She quickly referenced KO and then began to move on with the interview with Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
And if Drew McIntyre is not one of the greatest promo makers in WWE right now, you need to get your vision checked or your hearing checked.
Oh yeah, no, it was gold.
I mean, Dolph is great too, but Dolph's just kind of there for this promo.
I get the feeling that while he is as great as he has ever been, he's kind of... I feel like he's on the outs because he realizes his position in the company will not change, and that's what he wants. He wants to go further, and they've kind of put the ceiling on him and said, this is as far as you're going. And with that, he probably... I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple of years we see Dolph end up somewhere else.
So we had this issue last year or 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Dolph had like his title match with The Miz.
Yeah, it was the Intercontinental.
And then just disappeared and like was doing stand up and then just out of nowhere came back with Drew McIntyre. I mean, quite literally.
Yeah.
But
it was kind of a substantial. It was a substantial thing, I think, where he wanted out of his contract, and the reason he was doing stand up was because he wasn't allowed to compete anymore, or rather, he was trying to wait out the time on the no compete, and they finally offered him a better contract or something, and he went with it. So, moving on. This promo between them was really good.
I mean, I can't boo Drew to this extent Dolph. These two are going to go down. Drew is going to go down as one of the best promo makers in history, if not just for his accent.
Oh yeah. Him and Balor.
Yes.
Get there.
Just a basic that, Roman has had 2 really grueling matches in the last 2 weeks or week, and that Strowman's kind of out of it because he's thinking about the cash-in at all times. I mean, just to go over it lightly, they hyped us up for the match, the main event.
Yep.
But moving on to a match that I was looking forward to the tag team match, and then I got a tag team match, and I realized I just wanted to see people I like tagging each other in, and this was not it.
Oh, you may have skipped the Dean Jinder match.
No, I thought B Team versus Revival was next.
You might be right, because there was a gap in it.
Because then there's Elias and Trish Stratus, and then there's Natalya versus Alicia, and then we got Bobby Lashley versus The Ascension, and then we have Jinder Mahal versus Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, again, like I said, I had been drinking and did not take notes because I don't like Raw. There, I said it.
Yes, you've made that very clear. I only like Raw for the personalities, because this match was shit.
Oh yeah, no, the B Team match between the B Team and the Revival, It was not good. This was on. It was lower than their SummerSlam match, and that was pretty low. Didn't care for it all at all. Didn't like it, and they kind of flipped on its head the same. Tried to do the same ending as they did from SummerSlam, but this time with a near fall rather than an actual pinfall. And then they hit the shatter machine, and that was it.
What I'll give WWE, I mean, so the only reason we got the Revival versus the B Team at SummerSlam is because the the Revival weren't the team to get pinned during that triple threat match.
Yeah, it made sense.
So therefore they got their, and then so they actually dominated in that SummerSlam match and then lost in the controversial fashion.
Yep.
And then proceeded to both win singles matches against the B Team the week after.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get tonight. This was literally a no shortcut, no shenanigan. This was a straight up tag team match. And the Revival won that match, no questions asked.
Oh, and
we can... It's not a title match.
And we can also mark down, this is the first official loss for the tag team, the B Team.
This is also true. But they pinned the B Team. They now have earned their championship opportunity.
Yep, and that's happening next week.
Because they beat the champions. I don't think it's going to be for next week. I think it's going to be pre-show of Hell in a Cell.
I thought they had announced at during the show.
Is it?
It was that they had planned to do it next week on Raw. I'll look that up, but
I'm sure it'll display in my notes later. I'm just going through them.
Probably. Let's keep moving then.
But next we got Elias,
who's always
who
wonderful.
refused to perform once again.
Yep. And he is interrupted by the wonderful Canadian Trish Stratus, who comes out.
And just oh my gosh. So let's just be honest. A vast majority of this segment was trash. Trish has never been great on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
And she was in full-blown pandering mode because of the hometown crowd. And this forced Elias to kind of get put into a role where he's the misogynistic jerk that thinks that women can't do a damn thing. Which is something he's had no inclination of in his career.
Oh yeah, no. He
got kind
of put, on a back end on that one. I am looking at WWE.com currently. Next week we will see the top guys get their tag team title match.
Will they win it then?
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
So, but moving immediately from Elias and Trish Stratus slapping the fuck out of him,
and then we get Alexa Bliss coming down to trash talk Trish, which I'm glad she did. I wish she would have come out sooner. As soon as they started going back and forth, I wish that Alexa Bliss would have come out, would have seen how bad this was going and gone, okay, we need to get away from this, and we need to get away from it quick. And then come out there, she's got Alicia Fox at her side, and she brings out none other than Trish Stratus's oldest rival, Mickie James. It's good. Perfect.
To see Mickie back.
Yeah, I've been wondering. But
so I mean, this match was pretty standard though. We did introduce the other group, yes, Natty and Ronda Rousey with.
Oh Trish. Yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention them.
So it's Natty and Ronda Rousey and apparently Trish Stratus versus Alexa Bliss Alicia Fox.
Yep.
With Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. And so it was actually a pretty standard match. Um, or it's standard for
Very
Alicia Fox and
forgettable.
Natalia. Um,
Natty won by submission. I mean, if you
I
didn't
mean, there's
see
not
that
much to
coming,
say. You kind of knew that Natty was gonna win it. I
I was
mean,
gonna say,
not
yeah.
quite hometown, but
But
hometown.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know too many Canadians who ever had a hate on for the Hart family.
Depends on what side. Well, that too, but it also
Yeah,
depends on where in Canada you are.
like I said, I don't know too many of them.
So, I mean, this match was good, but something I could have gone without was the hug between Natty, Ronda, and Trish.
I'm glad I didn't see it. I was just listening to it while I was busy, cleaning up from dinner and just drinking. Because I did not care about this match at all. I was like, all right, fine, you're doing your thing, go. You're not the main event.
We need to speed up.
Yeah.
Need to speed up.
So,
But we get a commercial break, and afterwards we find out that the Bellas are back in action next week on Raw. Even
Which
though
is
Brie
weird.
should really be on SmackDown following
And she
the
has.
that she gave Miz last week.
And she has been, and she's scheduled for Hell in a Cell as part of the mixed tag team.
But can we just announce the Women's Tag Team Championship already? Because that's obviously, painfully obvious where we're going at this point.
They definitely want it, but I think that all the women need to be on one division, on one roster, or interchange between the two, so that way we have enough competition and enough tag teams to justify such. I wouldn't be against it at this point,
but the tag teams, it's just like the tag team with 205 Live. They have singles competition, and then they're also in a tag team. The women could do that. If we try to put a show for everything, we won't have enough time in the day to review nor watch.
I'm saying that while you're right that you can have somebody as a singles competitor and a tag team tag team competitor, I think that in the current times they don't want that. They want tag team people to be tag teams. They want single competitors to be single competitors. And that's the way they've kind of presented it, at least for the last 5 years. So you can't really say that you have somebody as a tag team guy, and especially let's take a look at their top guys, the Shield. Even though they've won the tag team championship and can absolutely utilize the Freebird rule, we've still seen them win singles gold and still be singles competitors. So I think if you're going to go that route, that's fine. But if you're having somebody do a singles run, they need to be doing singles stuff. And if they're doing tag team gold, they need to be doing tag team stuff. But that's neither here nor there. Moving on. This is where we head into another part of the show. So, bam. There we are. I again, I don't have notes. I got nothing.
So up next, we see Bobby Lashley and Baron Corbin in Baron Corbin's office. After Corbin has requested a masseuse.
Probably with happy.
Treat yourself, okay?
Yeah.
Corbin, treat yourself.
Yeah.
But Bobby has a match tonight, and Corbin forgets who his opponent is. And so he just tells Bobby, go down to the ring, I'll find you an opponent. And then we cut and we see Bobby in ring. We see Corbin saying, oh, you have not one, but two opponents. Oh, and
it's
God, this most satisfying feeling that came over me when I heard their music hit. I actually had to make sure my phone wasn't ringing.
Oh yeah, no, it's always good to see some guys that don't get enough screen time anyway to get their fair shake, but this was not what they should be doing.
So, but this match was crap. I can't believe I said that. I mean, there was cute little moments for the Ascension, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, there was.
The best part of this match was listening to Michael Cole trying to pretend like it was the most unbelievable thing that Bobby Lashley could beat two men at once.
Oh yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry.
it
I
was
love the
ridiculous.
Ascension. I am an Ascension mark. I think NXT Ascension was amazing and that they were squandered on the main roster.
They absolutely
But
were.
the Ascension are about as tough as mosquitoes.
At least in the context of current WWE. Yeah.
In the in this match,
Oh yeah, they got squashed.
they would get lost in a wet cardboard box. Very predictably, Bobby Lashley wins this match.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure why we had this match. I don't think it's building up to a match with Corbin. We're definitely not going to see any more Ascension. That was the first time I've seen him.
The thought that crossed my mind when I saw this match was that we are absolutely going to get a maybe Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns, because he's already talked about how he's going to go on ahead and hold an open challenge for the Universal Championship, and I think that's a wonderful idea. I don't think we need two open challenges on a show, but having an open challenge for the Universal Championship could absolutely build prestige for the belt. That being said, I would love to see Bobby Lashley take a good 15-20 minute go with Roman Reigns. I really don't think he'd ever win it, but have him go for it. And Sarah? Uh-oh. We seem to have lost my tag team partner. Oh no. The next part of the show, as far as what I recall, and we're working on getting back the heavy metal hippie here. Is that Bobby Lashley wins, and then I'm pretty sure it goes from there to Jinder Mahal versus Dean Ambrose, and I love Dean, and I love his new gimmick of being just this hardcore, strength on strength kind of kick ass. But
I am back.
Yay, you're back.
I don't know what happened again.
You cut out as I was talking about how I think that they may be building Bobby Lashley for a Universal title challenge. Maybe not a win, but definitely challenging for the championship.
Considering that him and Roman have already fought, yes, definitely he will be a challenger at some point. But that was a squash match through and through. As much as I loved seeing the Ascension on the screen once again, I think we need to go ahead and move on to Jinder Mahal versus Dean Ambrose.
Yep, that's what I was on. And like I said, as much as I'm in love with Dean's character, the way he carries himself, the way he acts in the ring, the way he acts out of the ring, is all very great. But I think we have seen a small problem that they need to work on with both him and guys that are legitimately bigger than him. With Drew McIntyre, it wasn't that apparent because Drew's fucking amazing. But as has been established, Jinder's not. Jinder is not good. And
no, Jinder's character has
not just character,
completely been destroyed. No, if you think about it, this time last year, Jinder was the WWE champion.
No, I know. I'm saying I'm not.
Him up really well, but
yeah. But my problem has not been his character. It's his in-ring ability, because there were a couple times where Jinder was supposed to sell that he's being thrown around, and he couldn't do it, and it completely killed the spot. Regardless of because I know Dean has the talent, and that's the other thing. It's like, I know Dean can sell a match. Is he AJ Styles? Is he Kenny Omega? Is he any of the greats? No, but he's a damn solid worker, and that's what I love about him. And to see him go against a guy like this, who is essentially now back down to being a jobber again, it's very, very hard to look at it and go, this is on Dean when we know he can do better and has done better. When you can look at the other half of the coin and go, no, this is completely on Jinder for not selling it right.
I mean, all we can hope is that we see better matches.
Oh, yeah.
We know what both competitors can do, and obviously it just wasn't there tonight. Mahal has been run into the ground. Dean is trying to get back up, and the only way for them to get back up is to compete in good matches. So the only thing we can really hope for is that come next week there's a better match for both of them.
Oh, yeah. I would love to see... Oh. Rivalry. Dean Ambrose and Elias. Dean just wants none of Elias's bullshit. Every time he goes to start playing, Dean just like walks out, no music, just walks down the ramp, grabs the guitar, punches him in the face. Perfect.
Dean's done that before. He's walked down the ramp, dirty deed somebody, and then walked right back up the ramp.
Oh yeah, no, and that's what he's got to do. He's essentially what I would like to see Dean Ambrose do is just become Stone Cold, in a sense. Just anybody, anytime, anywhere, you can get the stunner. In this case, anybody, anytime, anywhere on the roster, you can get hit with dirty deeds. Just bam. No questions. No comments.
So
done.
I think we should move on to the main event because
oh yeah, this spark.
As hyped as I was for this,
yeah,
this was a garbage fire.
Oh yeah.
If I were to give this out of like 5 stars, it would have like half of a star.
This was a burning garbage fire that oh god, just okay. So 99% of this match is Roman in the ring.
No. 99% of this match is on the overrun of Raw. I don't want the main event to start at 11:02.
Yeah, that was another thing. It's like, wait, why are we still... I looked down at my watch and on my clock, because while I didn't have to be up this morning, I knew my husband did. I was like, the show should be ending. Are we getting a disqualification? Are we getting a quick job match? That
aggravates me because...
But it's like...
If you think about the Go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
You can't keep doing that kind of shit, because this is not the first time they've done it.
No, and they got in trouble because it was pushing into the Pee Wee football show. And then it was pushing into the Cromarties, and everybody wants their airtime. But the biggest issue, in my opinion, is so the main event started after Raw was over.
Or should have been.
But we still had 2 freaking promos for the Triple H Undertaker match. That's 6 weeks away.
Yeah. I didn't care about it. I was just busy watching Roman getting his teeth kicked in the whole match. It was like, okay, fine. You're going to do the face in peril thing. Fine. Let's see what goes on. Braun finally gets tagged in and does nothing. Doesn't even get in the ring. He just let him go. He's standing there on the ring ropes, pushed down on them like he's going to step in. And Drew and Dolph are both still in the middle of beating the hell and occasionally, looking over to make sure Braun Strowman's not going to come in, just destroy them. Then he comes in and running power slams Roman. They the match is called on disqualification, I guess, for either the fact that Braun wouldn't come in the ring or they just counted Braun out. Whatever.
But to recap this match, Reigns started the match with no objection from Braun. And it wasn't bad, but after a while, you did see that Reigns needed to be tagged in, and while Dolph and Drew did a great job of cutting the ring in half, you get the hot tag that Reigns needed, and it expected a certain way for things to go down, and then it didn't happen. and then you get the DQ, and then you get the disqualification. Or that's the same freaking thing.
Yeah,
Sorry,
and
but
then
it's
you
just-
and then you get
and
a
then
one
Braun
at the
enters
time.
ring.
Yeah, a as they're busy beating on Reigns, you get a one at a time appearance by Seth and by Dean.
Look, if
Uh,
this doesn't set up a 6-man tag match within the next 2 weeks, there's an issue. Because you just set that up. But can we just talk about the fact that the only thing Braun did was grab Reigns and yell his most famous catchphrase, not to get these hands, the "I'm not finished with you."
Oh, I loved that. That was
That's
great.
all Braun did, aside from laying out Seth, Dean, and Roman.
He didn't have
Just,
to
if,
do.
if you were gonna run over the show like that, if you were gonna run over on time, why would you give us an ending like this? You wasted our time.
Pretty much.
But let's get real. People aren't gonna stop cheering Braun.
Oh hell no, I won't. I love him.
But I think that's really the end of our show.
That absolutely was. We want to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share all those wonderful things down below. Hit the bell for the notifications. Follow me on Twitter at Rob's Random ROMs. Follow her on Twitter at Heavy Metal Hippie. Follow our show as a whole at In Mosh Pit. We will be back tomorrow night after sometime, hopefully about 4:30, to go on ahead and go over SmackDown Live, which is coming here in about an hour and a half. So I'm